It's amazing how many desperate people we have out there. Guys, for example, they want to have a girlfriend. If they don't have a girlfriend, they feel like their life's over. Like, I want to have a girlfriend, man. But really, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. But most of the times, having a girlfriend, it's only going to get you into stress. You're going to fight eventually. You might find her cheating on you, or it might work out. I'm not saying it doesn't always work out, but the majority of the time, it doesn't work out. It doesn't. People get to the point where when they are in a relationship, they depend on that person. And if that person makes a bad move, it feels like that person's life is over. People literally commit suicide over a breakup. Or like, let's say someone they find out is cheating, they'll literally be so depressed, which I can understand, it hurts, but they'll get to the point where they'll kill themselves because they feel like they depend on that person instead of depending on yourself. You is what really should matter. Not having someone else in your life making you happy. You should be the one that should be happy, making yourself happy. I mean, it's good to have people in your life, but you shouldn't depend on no one. You shouldn't let anyone make you feel good. You shouldn't make that person make you happy. You should be happy. You should make yourself happy, if you get what I'm trying to say out of that, It may sound a little tricky, but what I'm trying to say is how it's so overrated. You find out your your girlfriend or boyfriend's cheating on you. Some people get to the point where it's the end of the world. There's so many other fucked up things going on, but yet something like that happens. It's the end of the world. I want to kill myself now. It's like, this is some stupid stuff. It hurts, don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't. I feel like this is all just overrated. When you're single, I feel like you have more time to yourself. You could do more, Once you have a relationship, it's all going to just be fights. That's all it's going to be. You're going to fight about money. Something's going to come up eventually that you start fighting. It may work, it might look pretty for a few weeks, maybe a month, but then, almost half a year from now, the guys start hating each other. You guys start cursing out each other. And, the list probably keeps going. How I look at it is I feel like relationships weren't meant to last. I feel like you're just putting stress getting into a relationship. When you're single, you have nothing to worry about, really. Other than the way life is, how it sucks, that way. But now being in a relationship, plus that on top of it's just double stress. You got to worry if this girl's ever going to do something stupid, I mean, they'll say, oh, I will never do no such thing. I love you, babe, blah, 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 all that bullshit. And are they right? 10 out of the times? No. They do some shady shit behind your back at some point, But, I just find it crazy and just overrated how we get so serious over this, I mean, it's just, it's crazy. And you literally get people that are so desperate and they feel like their lives aren't worth living because they don't have a girlfriend or she don't have a boyfriend or whatever. And I just find it stupid. First of all, life is pointless as it is. Nothing truly matters. Nothing really matters. Like I said, it doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how poor you are. In the long run, we're all going to the same direction, to the grave, No matter what step you take in life, one day you're going to end up in that end, But my suggestion, just be yourself. Do what makes you happy. Don't rely on a girl that will make you happy. Like, it's just, I feel like this is all overrated shit. And another thing I find stupid, like, people get together, like a relationship, and then after a few months they have an affair and shit. So how I look at it as, why be in a relationship to begin with? If you're that type of person, just screw around. Don't get serious. Find someone and then go to another person, like, don't make a commitment and then end up breaking up the commitment, because it's all just bullshit. Because then you just cause stress to each other for what? Makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying I'm against relationships. People shouldn't get boyfriends or girlfriends. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you do happen to find a girl or you do happen to find a man, whatever, and it works out, good for you. But for those that aren't finding it, don't let it get to you. You know? I don't want to say eventually you might find the right one, although you might, but just be you, man. You know? Care for yourself. Help yourself. You know? Don't say to yourself, well, I'm worthless, I don't have a girlfriend, or I'm worthless, I don't have a boyfriend, whatever. Whichever sex you are at that point is what I'm trying to, but it shouldn't matter. Who cares? Sometimes being single in a way is better because you have more freedom. Being in a friggin' relationship, you feel like you're tied down. And then here we go with another bullshit when you get married, which is also fucking bullshit. I don't feel like getting in that topic now. For that, it's all just for money. You're already together, but now it's all an illusion. Oh, if you go through this now I pronounce you husband and wife. All imaginary bullshit that we all go along with. I mean, it's just this whole existence. This is everything we do in this world. It makes me laugh, like how fucking pointless it is. We literally add stress to our life. Little do we know. Every little ding we do, we cause stress to ourselves. We do. We fear so much things. We have so much worry over things, whether it is bills, relationships, whatever. When in the long run, none of this is going to even be anything. They're going to just be a friggin' lifeless corpse. And I'm not trying to sound dark, even though that is dark, but it's just the truth. You're going to be a lifeless, dead body. So it doesn't matter if you were a single person your whole life, or if you were in a relationship your whole life, or engaged or married, you're now a lifeless corpse. Is basically what I'm trying to get that as. It's not going to change the fact of that. No matter what step you take, you're going to be a lifeless corpse someday. And you're probably not going to remember a thing that happened. Unless there's supposedly an afterlife, which I have no idea. It's all up to our beliefs on that one, Me, truly, you might agree with me, disagree with me. I'm not even saying I'm right. I could be wrong, but I just think it's lights out at this point, I don't know. But point is, one day we're just going to be a lifeless body. So, another thing that's stupid, die a virgin, man. It's all meaningless shit. Doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter if you have a Ferrari. It doesn't matter if you have a Prius. What's that going to change in the long, long outcome of life, when there is no more life for you? Like, it's crazy when you just think for a second. Stop what you're doing and just think to yourself for a second. We're only here for maybe 80 years tops, 90, within 80, 90, maybe 100 years tops. And then we're going to eventually just be non-existent forever. Forever. Once we're dead, that's it. It's over. At least I would hope. You know what I mean? It's like, back to the relationship, though. It's like, we feel like this is an important thing we need. I mean, if you want it, and it works out for you, congratulations. But for those that are single, how I would put it as, don't rush it, man. If you want to try to find a girl, try to find a girl. If it works out, it works out. Don't work out, who cares? What's it going to make a difference? Who cares, I mean, I know we're all just some pigs, we want to get our, wet. But it's all pointless when you think about it. Doesn't matter what step you take in life or what step you don't take in life. It really doesn't make a difference. The only thing that should really matter is you trying to be happy in this shithole while you're here, which is nearly impossible because of the way life is, but that's really the true goal of what life should be, making you happy, but a lot of things ruin that. Being a sheep ruins it, money itself ruins it, and plus being in a relationship, that's all you're gonna have, man, euthanasiaville. I don't know if I might be wrong for what I'm about to say. If so, I do apologize, but how I look at it as, no one should be commitment to each other. We all shouldn't be locked in with one another, unless we choose that, but we should be free anytime we want. And what I mean by that is, let's say, we're in a relationship, and all of a sudden, you want to go out with another girl or whatever, you should have every right to do so. They call it cheating because you're not supposed to do that. But you know what? You shouldn't keep your life away for that one person, you know? I mean, how I look at it is you should confront the person, tell them, the cheat is one thing behind their back. Yeah, I find that screwed up, no lie. But how I look at it as, once you're in a relationship, if you feel like your life's tied away, you can't, how can I put it? Like, you can't, fool around with other women, or women can't fool around with other guys. And I feel like, it's like we're not free anymore. Well, we're not free to begin with, but literally, like, you're trapped with this one and only person. And if that's what you want is one thing, but not everyone's going to want that. Not everyone's going to want that. That's why a lot of times relationships don't even work out well. Because people make a mistake. That's the thing. They don't think. They just say, oh, yeah, I want this. Oh, she's the best. And then, a couple of months down the line, or a year or two, hey, it could even be a few years from now, you just get sick of each other. Something just comes up, you get sick of each other, and you don't want to be a part of it anymore. You start doing stupid things. Well, I don't know if I want to call it I don't know. But you start fooling around with other women or fooling around with other men, vice versa. And then, they're considered, cheaters and shit. But you know what? They didn't think about the commitment. That's the thing. We don't ever think what we do. We just do it. Worry about the long-term effects later on, and there you go. It's like when people, want to, take that step. Some don't think about protection, some just do it unplanned. Kids come, you could be broke. You don't even have your life going, and yet now you bring this poor child into this, But I feel like having kids today, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You got to be completely out of your mind to want to have a child in this sick, corrupt world. Now, I'm not saying, listen here, life was always bad. Life always sucked. D-I-C-K. Make sure I'm spelling it right, man. Friggin'. But anyway, life always sucked balls, man. But today, it's crazier than ever, man. I mean, there's people now pouring acid on people. I mean, it's a sick world, man. It's doubly, triply sick than it's ever been. You might have a kid and you don't even know if your kid might randomly get shot one day just going to school. You don't know if one day your kid might just get kidnapped, whatever. And that was always a thing, but today it's crazy. Life's not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed another day. That's what I'm basically trying to put it as, it's a crazy, crazy world. And that's what I'm trying to say is we don't think of our actions. We just do it, no questions asked, and this is what happens. It's like back to the relationship. Yeah, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. We say all that bullshit, just like getting married. And all of a sudden, a couple of years down the line, you guys want to kill each other. Literally. You're making a commitment. You're spending all that money. It's all just for this. They're making money off you assholes. It's just all a scam. It's all just for this one reason. And in the long run, you might even have to pay. You do have to pay, half for getting the divorce and all that shit. You got to go to court, all that bullshit. God only knows who this goes to, who that goes to, blah, 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 But the thing, we don't think. We don't think. We just take action with no thoughts about it first. But no one truly should feel trapped. No one should. And that's the thing, too. People say if you don't want to be with each other anymore, just break up. But you know what? People don't take it well. But that's why I find relationships overrated, because this is what it leads to. It causes all this chaos, I mean, yeah, things are all magical at first. Ooh, la, 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 But then down the road, it could be complete tragic, Like, and, you feel like you're trapped, you feel like you want to explore other, things, and that shit gets in the way of it, But all in all, do what the hell you want to do. Life is pointless. Nothing has a meaning. We should just be happy. But, we should be doing things that make us truly happy. Sadly, we don't have that, that freedom, because we all got to be sheeps out here, It's crazy. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it there, guys. Uh, yeah. Take it easy, man, and yeah, peace out.